Hi there, this is Nova, and I decided to talk to you today about cleaning up a drip pan with a nasty pad on it. This is off of a machine that I'm currently servicing, and it's just about one of the nastiest pads that I've ever seen. And so I wanted to go through this with you and show you how I get the thing off and then how to clean it up once it's off. This is really, really nasty, and I have put on rubber gloves. I normally don't work with rubber gloves on, but this thing is so nasty that you can see there on my glove that it's really awful. I have put kerosene on this to let it soak, and have let it soak for about 24 hours. And this one is going to be really, really stubborn, and I'm going to have to scrape the whole thing out. But you can see I usually start here in the center and begin scraping out. If you get lucky, it'll come out in one big piece, but sometimes when they're like this and they have had so much nasty old oil and grease on them, you're just going to have to scrape them out. It can be a tedious, very nasty process, but it does work, and so you just have to be patient. Keep putting more kerosene on it as you go along to help loosen everything and begin scraping all of that out. This is coming out in some pretty nice sized chunks. Coming off in chunks, so that's good. And when I get all of it scraped off that I can scrape off, then I will come back and will clean the pan itself with kerosene and then and paper towels and scrub it up really well. Okay, now you can see that I have scraped all of the old pad off, and you can see why I chose to wear gloves. This is really a mess. So I have scraped all that old pad off. Now I've come back and I have put kerosene on that, what is left, to let it soften all of the old oil and grease that the pad had absorbed. And now I'm going to clean that off. Put a little more kerosene on that and let it go again. And when you're doing this, you want to make really sure that you clean the edges very, very well before you're finished, and the bottom. A lot of people forget to clean the bottom, and then they pick the machine up and they're moving the machine around, and they touch the machine to themselves, and they get their clothes nasty with this old oil and grease. So you just want to keep scrubbing it up. If I'm at home, I can't do this in a class, but if I'm at home, I'm actually going to finish this up by taking it to the sink. And I like Dawn dishwashing detergent because it cuts grease really well, and I'll give it a final scrubbing with Dawn dishwashing detergent. But you can't just plop in a clean pad on that filthy pan and expect to get rid of all of the old odors and the problems that you've had with the smell that's absorbed into the case. So this is proper cleaning of a drip pan pad. Happy stitching.